Hello ladies and gentle ladies, welcome back to another railroad development stream. Today we're going to be continuing working on railroad, of course, but more specifically the inspections. So we're just going to try and whack some out today, try and get those done, and see how it goes, I suppose. So I think we're going to aim to try and do some mediums today rather than some hards. But maybe we'll do some hards. I mean, we'll have a look at what we have and we will go from there. Let me quickly just do one thing before I forget. Okay, there you go. Okay. So, first of all, we need to pick something to do. Nice wallpaper. Thank you. Yes, I like this wallpaper. It's very good. Credits to Melody Sheep for that, by the way. If anyone is interested in having the wallpapers I have, they're from Melody Sheep from his Patreon. Great wallpapers. He has loads of fantastic ones. But yes, let me do announcement. Inspections. Boom, done. Okay, lovely. So yeah, first of all, today we're going to pick an inspection to do, and then we will figure out how to do it. So I made a tool, or well, I didn't make the tool, admittedly. I actually just got Codex to make the tool for me, just because it's a very simple Python script, basically. And all it does is it picks a random to-do. So it's literally just, I mean, it is just a very basic Python script, and it just picks me a random to-do that hasn't been completed, and I can just choose the difficulty that I want it to use. So I'm gonna have to find what I use to run this script. Here you go. So I just do pick to do, and then I choose the difficulty. So either medium or hard or easy or starter, whatever. I think let's look at the hard ones if we can, but if not, we'll do the medium ones. So let's run it for hard and see what it says. So usage of service not declared in module info. Yeah, we're not doing that. That's I mean, it's not the hardest thing in the world, but we're not doing that. That's just like yucky. Nullability and data flow problems. Surface definite nullability violate. No, we're not doing that either, because that requires analyzing the entire program's flow, which is really hard to do. Assert statement with side effects. Detects asserts whose condition mutates state. Well, I'm just trying to think how we would do that. What's the point in having it randomly pick if you say no? Because, bro, I don't want to do a stream that takes friggin' 40 hours. I need one that I know we could do on stream. The past ones would take literally days, if not weeks to do. We don't have time for that. So we need one that we could do on stream. Ideally, one where we could do multiple on stream. Because just doing one throughout the entire stream is just kind of boring. So, I mean, we could definitely do this. I don't think it would be too difficult. I'm just trying to think, like... I mean, we would need to analyze the flow, but it's not, like, quite the same level of difficulty as the previous ones. You should have added a length thing. Bro, I already ran out of usage just generating the difficulties of them all. Getting the length would take forever. Bear in mind, there's friggin'... I mean, there's hundreds in here. Like, literally hundreds in here. And, like, you can't just say, do them all, because then it's just going to do a shit job at it. So you have to tell it to do section by section. But some of the sections are too big for it to do at once. So you have to say, on certain sections, split this into 3 sections. And it's just, like, it's not worth doing. This one might be doable, though. Like, definitely doable. Let me quickly do... Okay, that's fine, I guess. Okay. Right. So... let's also generate a medium one, just so we can get an idea of what medium ones could be. Like disallowed exceptions in method signatures. Yeah, that's pretty medium, I agree. The problem with the hard ones is not often that the actual condition is hard. It's that, like, it would have a shit ton of edge cases that you kind of don't initially think about. And this, I think, is definitely one of those, because you're not just looking for code that does, like, you know, how can I show this? Like, you're not looking for, like, assert A plus what A plus plus equals B or whatever. You're looking for, like, does A dot some method equal B? And you have to figure out, okay, does this method modify a variable? That method itself may not modify a variable, but further down, that method may call a method that modifies a variable or something. So it's not quite as simple as one would like it to be. I mean, I think we can probably do this one, though. Right? I think it's doable. Right now, I'm just asking Codex whether it thinks it's doable. We'll see what it says. But admittedly, I really don't have much usage left. I have 3% usage left on my 5-hour limit. So whether or not it succeeds to do this, we will see. If not, we'll just do a medium one, because a medium one I don't need Codex assistance. A hard one, I at least need to have an idea of what we need to do. So we will see. I also think Wide was working on inspections at some point, so I need to know what ones he's done, so that I don't conflict with his. So at some point I need to find that out. Hopefully he will join the stream at some point and I will ask him. Okay, so hello Wide, welcome. Yes, we were just talking about you. Wanted to know what inspections you've worked on, Wide, so that I don't do the same ones you're doing, or done. I don't know how many you're doing or done. I just briefly caught that you were working on them last night. Meanwhile, let me look at what Codex says. So, walk assert statements. Take the first direct child. And then recursively scan the condition subtree for side effects. Yeah, that's what I thought. So we're looking for assignments, we're looking for unary expressions, and we're looking for postfix expressions. Oh, pardon me. Interface may be annotated as functional interface, and field can be local variable. Okay. I'm gonna actually tick those off on mine, just so I know. Because otherwise I'm gonna... What is it? Interface... may... Okay, it's not literally that, I'm guessing. I look for functional interface. What is that one, Wide? Is it... It might be at functional interface, is it? What am I doing? Functional interface. This one. Let me get rid of that because I don't need that. Okay, that's a medium one. I'll take that off, but I need to remember not to commit that because otherwise that's going to collide. And then field can be local variable. Oh, that's a hard one. Damn, why is it doing hard ones? Okay. Okay, that's fine. I don't think this one's a hard one. Regardless. Also, I apologize, guys. I think I'm getting a cold, so I might keep coughing. And my voice is a little bit croaky at the moment. So, yeah. Just thought I'd let you guys know that now. Okay. So, yeah, okay. What Codex says is fine. Like, I think we can definitely do this one today. So, I mean, let's just do it. Let's just get it done. So, hello? Okay, interesting. Java semantic rule. We want... What do we actually want to call this one? Assertion can be replaced... No, wait. That's a different one. What's the message? Assert statement with side effects. Oh, okay. We'll just call it that. Assert Or assertion with side effects. I guess that works too. Assertion contains side effects which may not be executed if assertions are disabled. I don't think that's the right error message or warning, is it? Is that the problem with it? I thought the issue with this is that assertions shouldn't rely... Well, I suppose that's kind of what you're looking for, right? Trying to see if Codex actually says, like, it kind of doesn't. But I do have it on caveman mode, so it is gonna like act a little bit dumber. But that's fine. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Sure, that works, I guess. That is a warning. I would tend to agree with that, so that's good. Let's also add it to the registries before I forget. Oh, we can't because we need to create the class to do that. Okay, that's fine. So let's go. Minnie is being stupid. No, Minnie's smart, man. As long as you... I mean, shit input, shit output. That's always the rule, right? So if you're just giving it shit input, then it's gonna be shit. In your class. Okay, so we want a core assertion. What is it? Assertion something side effects? Assertion side effects? Affections? No. Effect inspections is what I wanted to say. Inspection. There you go. Wait, is that right? Is that what we called it in here? Assertion with side effects. Yeah. I probably would name it that actually as well. Okay, this needs to implement. Let me find my other window. Java inspection rule provider. Oh, pardon me. Also, when I tried to open a file in the IDE in a project, it just froze. Yeah, that is a thing. If you pull the latest changes I made, that should be fixed. It will fix itself after a while. It depends how big the project you're in is. But yeah, I mean, that should be fixed now. Well, actually, this is fine. I can just do that. Yeah, what the hell is this? Wait, what the hell is this? Oh, I see what it's trying to do, but that's not right. It's Java semantic rules dot assertion with side effects. Yeah, and then that's ID. Okay, I kind of see what it tried to do there, but that's not correct. Core assertions, that's fine, I think. This is also not right. This is Java syntax. Java. Oh my god, I can't type today either. Syntax kinds dot assert statement dot ID. Okay. And then yeah, basically we want this, but like not quite this, of course. So what do we want to do? So first of all, we need to grab the condition, right? So haven't we already done something with assertions? Yeah, this. So what we can get from the assertion is this. So I mean, we can get direct expression children, and we just want to get the first one. So syntax node. Kind of. Can't we get a direct expression, children, of a certain node? Get first. Oh, we can't do or else, no. But I guess we could map. Wait, can we? What is this? This is oh, it's a list. Well, what we could do is we could stream it. We could filter it to say objects non-null, and then just find the first and say or else null, and then if condition node is null, continue, right? Then we want to know if this condition node is a method call, I think. Hello Lone Wolf, welcome to the stream. Still forget which stream method to use, like between for each and map. Well, they are two very different things. I mean, it's pretty simple. Filtering is if you want to filter something out of the list. Mapping is if you want to change the elements in the list. And then for each is if you want to loop over the list. That's literally it. And then the other ones are for other things, like find first obviously just finds the first element. You know, like find any finds any element. Distinct gets the distinct elements. Pretty simple. Okay. So I'm just trying to think how we want to do this. So first of all, I say we check the condition node itself, I think. Boolean. I mean, do we want that? Like, ideally we kind of do have something like this. For now we won't do that, but maybe later we'll extract it out to some kind of method like that. So what we want to know is from this expression, so because it's an expression, right, we can get the children of that expression. I think okay, here's what we should do. I know what we should do. So let's have a private static boolean has side effects, right? And then, yeah, basically this. And then what we want to know is like, okay, what is this node, right? So if... Wait, is this really as simple as I think it is? Is it just kind of ID... Well, maybe we want to do objects.equals, right? Kind of ID and Java syntax kinds dot. So what was the first one it recommended? Assignment expression. And then, is this really the best way to do this? And then we check for compound assignment is not even a thing. I don't know what that means. We look for unary. And then we say or postfix. And then it says we can look for method invocations. Now that's fine, I think. Let's return true. I mean, that's it, right? Or am I crazy? Is that it? So, what are we saying here? If the condition itself is an assignment expression, a unary, or a postfix, then it has side effects. That's correct. If any of the direct expression children have side effects, then it returns true. Okay. So what we need to do, let's do this. If child, oh, I've accidentally done something. What is this? All right. If child is null, let's just continue, right? I don't know what I've done here. What is this? Is this a bookmark? It's a bookmark. Okay, that is not the usual bookmark symbol, but okay. I mean, actually, no, that's fine. I mean, we can just do that, right? Because we can just check that in here. So if objects dot equals a method invocation, then we want to go into that method invocation. So how do we do that? Well, we need to get the how do we do it? So we need to step into it, right? Basically, we need to step into the method and figure out what the method does. So I think what we can do is we can get the, how do we do this? I think we have to get the symbol. Resolve, no, it's not resolve method symbol, it's just resolve symbol, I think. Or else no. If method symbol is null, yeah, I mean, that's reasonable, I think. And then once we've done that, we can then use context. Isn't there a way to traverse the method symbol? How do you do that? Method symbol dots. Let's see. Okay, let's see what Codex suggests. Okay, first of all, it says direct expression children is not correct. Okay, so it says you need method symbol dot declaration. Okay. Method symbol dot dec, but that's what I thought, but I wasn't sure. So then we can do or else null. If declaration is equal null, return true. What we could probably do here actually is just do method declaration, and set that to be flat map to symbol declaration or else null. And then if method declaration is null, then we can return true, right? And then yeah, it says direct expression children is too shallow. So we need to actually loop over the children, which makes sense, I guess. Yeah, because otherwise that would just be the expressions. We want all of the children. Oh, we also, you know what we also need to do? We can't just check for a unary or postfix because that could not be correct. We need to check, like, if it is one of these, then we need to check to see if it's a plus plus or a minus minus. So I think we can get the, if node is instance of a syntax token, then we can do token.text. I think we have a thing for this though. If operator equals Java token type dot plus plus. Wait, what does this return? A Java token type, right? And what is the... Can we get token dot... No. I thought we could get the type from a token, but we can't. So fine, we'll just do plus plus or minus minus, then we return true. And then I guess kind of we would just want to return false otherwise, but like for now that's okay. Okay, and then if it's a method invocation, we get the declaration. And then we just need the body, right? So we can do method declaration dot context dot direct child of the method declaration, and then we can get the Java syntax kinds dot block. Do that as a body. Body is null, return true. Or actually, we can just do if body is not equal null and has side effects, body context, right? All right, have fun, wide, or have a good dinner. Then we return true like that. And then I don't think how do we want to do this? No, let's do if it's not equal null, then we'll do this whole thing, right? We'll just wrap all of that. Wait, not all of that. All of that. Wait, that doesn't make sense though, does it? Because that doesn't this mean it's always going to return true. Why is it not complaining on me? Because else this just returns true. And then else it returns true. So why is it not complaining on me? Suspicious. I think we just want to return false then, right? Body is not equal null and has side effects. Yeah. That's fine. And then for each child, if the child is not null and it has side effects, then we return true. I don't technically know that the child can be null here. I don't think it can, but like we might as well check for it anyways. I'm like, is that it? Or am I crazy? I think it might be nice to do actually, because we're calling like this several times, so we'll just do a ID like that. But then that's it, right? What does side effects mean? Like mutations, basically. We could rename this to like has mutations, but side effects is kind of the more technical term, I suppose. So I think it'll be fine. Okay, do I have my status back now? Nice, I do. I have my codex status back. Okay, codex says no, we're not done. It says so method invocation always returns true. Yeah, I thought so. Let's just not return true there then. Oh. Yeah, this isn't right because the node isn't right. Yeah. So the node isn't a syntax token. The child is, I think. But it says apart from that, everything's correct. Yeah, I think so. So that's fine then. So, okay, what we need is to get the child. So syntax node. Create a token. Is that right? I want to get the. Can I just operator or? Okay, well, you know what I can do? I can look at unary expression. So it's operator, then expression. Okay. So, I mean, what we can look for then is a... Do we have a... How do we freaking get the just normal token, bro? Am I crazy? God, these are so hard to read. Okay, wait, there isn't a token one? I don't think there's a token. Unless I'm crazy. So... Oh, okay, I see. It says we need to go through the children. That kind of makes sense. So... Okay, I see. So what we need to do then is node.children.for child if child is instance of a syntax token, then we can do string text is equal token.text, then if that, return true. Extract method is increment or decrement, like that. Then we return true. Yeah. See if it says it's all correct now or not. We do need to do the registries though. Otherwise it's about to complain at me for that, I think. It says operator token part's fine, but the rule is still not solid. So unresolved or external method call not flagged as a side effect. The body is not available, the code falls through to the child scan. Right. Wait, it does? Oh yeah, it does. We just want to return true then. Because then we can't... Yeah, that's fine then. And then recursive, self-recursive methods can loop forever. Method calls as side effect, it re-enters the same body with no visited set. That would be true as well. Yeah. So what we want to do in that case is have a set of, maybe not there. Where do we want to do it? Probably here. How do we want to do this? Let's take this, extract method, return what do we call this method? Does method have side effects? And then what we can pass in is no, I know what we can do. We can pass it in here. Yeah, we can pass it in here. So we can do our set. This will be a new hash set. like that. Let's take this back out, because in that case we don't want it in here. I mean, we can, but like we don't really want it in there. And then we can just pass that down like that. And then we just want to add it in here. So I mean, we can do visited to add, right, which returns a boolean if it didn't already contain it. It didn't already contain it. That means it's a new element. So if, yeah, we just want to return false in that case, yeah. And then just pass that in there. Okay, so now we just need to register the provider then. So we've done that in there, so now we just need to come down here, add it to the registry, and we also need to add it to the rule providers so that it knows it exists. And then we need to take it off in here. So the text. Interesting. Oh, it did text search. Nice. That's ticked off. And then we just need to create the test. So I'm going to tell Codex to, can you write the tests for this inspection? And then we'll find a new one to do. So I think we'll probably just do this medium one since it's come up already. But I'll wait for Codex to do this first so we can commit this and kind of just get it out of the way. Okay, it's trying to update the inspection. Now I have to tell it. Now I have to tell it to not update things I didn't tell it to update. Friggin' AI, man. I think it's done that, but like, I'm not sure. Yeah, okay, it has done it. That's fine. I'm just looking at the test it's written, but yeah, I mean, that's fine. I mean, only thing that might not work. Yeah, the only problem with this... Well, actually, no, I think it's probably fine. But it depends on how the declaration works. Don't make... like, does it just... Okay, so it grabs it from the symbol. I think that would work. I'm just trying to think if it would work across like files and stuff. I think it should. Okay, that's going to take ages to run though, so I might just escape and we'll run it ourselves. So we're going to have to try and find it. Yep, that one. Move this that one. I also put my phone on silent whilst I'm at it. Otherwise I'll forget. Okay, still taking a hot minute even doing it locally, but here we are. Okay, what was the other one that it said we could do? So it was prohibited exception declared. Flag disallowed exceptions in the method signatures. Sure, let me ask it about this one. Okay, it's failed. That's not good. What's it said? Okay, loads of them are failing, but I think it's fine. I think it's just complaining for no reason. We'll run the actual proper test and that might fix it. I know when you run it in console, it breaks sometimes, so... Okay, I see how this would work. Okay. So it is saying... What's it saying? Fail? There's some side effects. Yeah, it's not working. Suspicious. Okay, let me quickly try and sort this out. Okay, both tests are failing. Can you tell me why? Let's see what it says. I'm not really sure why. Oh, yeah. That should be not. If it hasn't visited. Yeah, okay. That's correct. Okay, I see. So it actually says I should return false here. which, yeah, does just mean that can be simplified, but like that's fine. Okay, let's just double check that still works. I think it should, because that's a minor change, but we'll make sure, of course. Nice, so those have all passed. Okay, so the next one then, let's just quickly commit that actually, because otherwise I'm going to forget. So come on, Copilot, write me that commit message, please. Nice. Okay, so the next one then is for method throws. So first of all, what do we call the inspection? Go up here and have a look. So we just do prohibited exception declared or disallowed exception in method signature. I actually prefer that. Disallowed exception in method signature. So let's come in here. Java semantic rule, disallowed disallowed exception in method signature. Method percentage s declares disallowed exception in its signature. Nice, lovely. Okay, so we can create a new class and we can call core disallowed exception in method signature exception, not exception, inspection. I'm thinking of exceptions. Okay, and this implements Java rule, yeah, that thing. Then we want our static final string ID. Sure, let's just let it do that and then we'll fix it. It's just a bit easier to do it that way. Fix all. Okay. So, first of all, I think we just need to find all the method signatures, right? Yeah. Okay, so we want to do context dot find nodes of kinds. We will then do Java syntax kinds dot method declaration, Java syntax kinds dot constructor declaration, and Java syntax kinds dot record compact constructor. Okay, and then for syntax node, then we want to grab the throws. So syntax node throws clause node. Nice. If that's null, continue, because in that case we just don't care. And then I think we can do context direct. No, I thought there was a way to just get the direct types. Oh, apparently we can do context dot declared thrown types. I mean, yeah. I mean, apparently we have a method already in core exception inspection. Which, by the way, we probably just want to put this in here, actually. Rather than, like, faff about. So... we'll come down here. Boom. Then let's just add our rule in there as well. There we go. Okay. So then what we can do is we can do direct type nodes on closed chord node. Or does it have a good name for us? Type node. Sure, that works, I guess. And then yeah, then we want to get the name. That's correct. We do want to check this, but we don't want to have that. And then we just need to traverse the actual method, right? I think. See what it says about how we can determine this. Context is checked exception and context is not allowed. No, that doesn't really make sense. Okay, it says okay. Oh, okay. I misunderstood this rule. I thought this was saying that the exception is one that isn't thrown by the method, but that's not what it's saying. It's saying that you have like a policy. So you can define like a policy for your repository or for your project, and that says, is this exception allowed or not? So this would be something we build into the settings of each project. And that defines what exceptions are allowed. So for example, you'd ban maybe exception, you'd ban runtime exception, you'd ban throwable, for example. Let's see what it says for sure. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Okay, so by default it wants us to have some like hard-coded ones, and then we'll add those later. Which makes sense because yeah, like currently we're not going to mess around with like project settings and whatnot. So what we'll do, we'll have a set of string and exception types in method signature. Yeah, and it'll basically just be these. So we don't want to allow any of these in a method signature. Why is this complaining? Note of kind. Looks that needs to be a set. I thought this had an overload, apparently not. Yeah, so we'll just do that. Okay. There we go. So then, if that contains it, then we just report it. And that's basically it in that case. Now I'm going to ask it, can you write the tests for this inspection? And then that's basically it, but I'm going to put a to-do in here. Do we need to make these exceptions a user-defined policy? That'll be fine. Okay. Nice, so let's write those tests. So now we'll run test. And see if it works or not. Didn't like that. Did not like that. So declares disallowed exception java.lang.exception. Is that the right message? Declares disallowed exception. That should be fine. See what it says. That's some crazy. Okay, it's reading it, so let's see what it says. Just run it again, maybe. Just in case. Could be just whacking out. Because so it's saying diagnosis again, so okay, so it says an exception types contains that failure is okay, qualified type name is null, qualified type name does not match. Okay, let's see what it says, because it says it doesn't actually know what's wrong, which is a great start. Okay, it actually reckons that the throws clause is wrong. This? No. Direct type nodes. Collect type nodes. Okay, let's debug it then. That's the best way to do this, right? So let's punk the breakpoint. Let's just breakpoint the method to make this simple for us. And let's see what happens. I think that's the best bet. No, we wait. So we're on exception rule, disallows, exception declaration. Is that the right one? I think so, right? Yeah, it is. Okay. So we will step over. So we've got the syntax node, which it's saying is a method declaration. And we've got type preference, white space, identifier, parameter list. Then it gets the throws clause, so it should be able to find that throws clause. Nice. Okay, so what are the children of this? So we have white space, which we don't care about. Okay, then we have the throws keyword. I see. White space. Type reference. White space. Okay. Let's step into here then. And step into here. We get the kind. Kind is a throws clause. Okay. That's fine. Yeah. So then we just want to go into here. The kind is a white space. Then we step into here. So this one's the throws clause. Okay, then we go. Yeah, that's the first keyword, I see. So now it's... I'm so confused. Okay, so now it's the type preference. Okay, so question, what is the type preference though? Wait, that's not gonna work. Is it? Oh, no, I see. Wait, do I see? Kind ID is the type preference, but it's saying that has... Oh, I see. Wait, do I see? I'm actually not sure I do. Wait, so the node is a type preference. Which, okay, and that has a white space and an identifier. Okay. I see. So it will come out of there. Okay, it'll come out of there. So then we've got the type node. Okay. And can it resolve the qualified name? Yeah, so it's java.lang.exception. Okay, so is that in banned exception types? Java.lang.exception. Let's check. Java.lang.exception. Yes. Therefore, it should report it. Oh, wait, no, that doesn't make sense. Wait, let's see what this does. So let's see what the message ends up being. Aha, there's an exception. Aha, I see. Yes, that's why. There probably shouldn't be an exception here, by the way. Let's do railroad.logger.error. And yeah, sure. Why is that complaining? So that's okay. So what we're missing is in here we have the qualified name, but then we also want the method name. So let's do string method name, and then I think we can do resolve qualified type name, I think. And if that's null, continue. And then we can just pass in method name. Though we're actually going to want context.simple type name on the method name. But I think that will work. Let's see what that does. I'll breakpoint that method actually. Run it in debug and breakpoint this method, and then we can see what the exact output actually is. Okay. The method name is void band exception. Okay, that's not quite correct. So we need to do context dot, is it first identifier like token? Or is it possibly? But that could be the type of the method. I think what we want to do is we want to get the symbol. That gets the enclosing method. I don't think that's quite right. Method symbol. Okay, if method symbol is null, continue. Then we want to get the string method name, which gets us the I don't think we can get that. Oh, we can just do this. Method symbol dot qualified name. And then just do or else. Yeah. Because what does that return? So that's nullable. That's the problem. So, I mean, we want to do or else get, really. And then we can just do a supplier. And string closest is equal to that. And then if closest is null, then we just, if not null, then we return closest. Otherwise, we get it. So that's fine. So then that gets us the method name, and then we can just do the simple type name. See if that works. Should do. I have faith. And then if this works, I think we can then move on, I think. One of the tests it's saying has actually failed. That's not ideal. Oh, they all failed. Is this failing? Surely this isn't failing. Nope, that is failing. Interesting. Declared symbol, I guess. God, I hate that this takes so long to run every time. Don't drive me crazy. Okay, so if I now do that, then we get the method symbol. Yeah, okay. So that should get us the method name. And then we get the qualified name of the exception. Okay, and then we should be able to come in here. And we should get method name example band. Yes, but that hasn't turned that into the simple name, has it? So I guess let's just get the simple name there, because I mean there's no need to like not get the simple name there. And honestly, like we can just do that. And then just run it. I think that should work. It's actually quite funny that Codex didn't pick up what the issue was here. Which I find kind of funny. But we got it. So it's all good. Right, that's done then. Alright, nice. So let's commit that. We do need to edit this though. So what are we looking for? We are looking for rows. No. No, we're looking for exception. Where did the lights go? Bro, it's getting dark. What do you mean? It's almost nighttime. That's where the lights went. Disallowed exception court? No. Prohibited exception? No. What one is it? Disallowed exception. Oh, it is this one. Okay. Yeah, it was Lone Wolf. That's how that's how the sun works. Come on, man. I don't know why it keeps doing that. It's really annoying. Okay, so that's that one done. So let me go ahead and commit that. And then we'll find the next one. Let's try and find another hard one, because that one was pretty easy. Abstract class which has no concrete class. Find abstract classes with no realizations. I don't think we can do that one, unfortunately. Serializer, no. Protect compile time or data flow. Visible overflow. I don't think we can do that either. Well, it hasn't just gone from bright to darkness, Lumwolf. It has gradually been getting darker if you've been paying attention. This reference escaped in object construction. Detect this escaping before construction completes. Okay, sure, we can do this one, I think. Okay, let me just compact codex so we're working with a much smaller, more relevant context window. Okay, that's done. So let's ask it, can you tell me about Control J? Give me some examples of this, of where we would see this and what message it would tell us. And then I also am going to ask what do I want to ask it? Because I don't want it to code it for me. That's the thing. So you have to word it in a way where it's not going to do that. Can you give me a logical flow of how this inspection would function? See what it says. Okay. Hopefully it gives us something useful, would be nice. I don't think this one's going to be too hard, at least from my understanding of what it means. It's basically just looking for this keyword, I think. See what it says. Yeah, so registry to add this, listener to register this, new thread which takes in this. Yeah, okay. You can't just look, yeah, because you can't just look for like this.x is equal that. Or a private method, yeah, okay. Or, yeah, okay. Constructor leads this via, okay. I think we can do this. So this reference escaped in object construction. Okay. New class. For this reference escaped object construction. Inspection is what I meant to put on the end. Inspection. And then let's do down here. Java semantic rule. This reference escaped object construction. If there is this, where is... Okay, let me... Not funny. Constructor leaks this reference via... Sure, yeah, that works, I guess. Okay, so we can implement that one. Nice. Okay, let's fix these as well. Hello, please. Telegay, thank you. Okay, this, yeah, it keeps doing these. I don't really know why. Or whatever. This reference escape. That's okay. 10 seconds delay for chat. It should be like instant though, Morph. I think you might need to reload your browser. Because I have it set to no delay, I think. Let's see. YouTube.com/live streaming. Okay. It says that... Okay, I'm actually not on ultra low. But I am on low latency, which I think is like 5 seconds? How much is YouTube low latency? Yeah, 5 to 15 seconds. Or instant, apparently, yeah. I mean, it should be instant, I believe. Because I don't have any, like, fancy shenanigans going on. Okay, so... I mean, how are you gonna... Oh, you mean in the OBS thing? I mean, that's not gonna be exactly... That's not gonna be exactly up to date. I think that polls like every 5 seconds or something. I don't know if I can find out or not. Probably not. But I will see if I can have a look. Here we go. Chat overlay. So... I might... Well, I don't think it... I don't know. It might be instant, actually. I don't think I can check because I don't think it's something I can change. So yeah. Yeah, that was about 5 seconds for me. Like 4 or 5 seconds, I think. Okay, so we have the constructor. So, I mean, I guess we just want to start by looking for... Like, do we just want to look for all of the this keywords, I guess? Maybe? So I guess no. The best place to do it actually is going to be to look for a method invocation, right? So we have all the constructor nodes. Then what we can do is we can search the constructor nodes. So we can do like context dot traverse descendants constructor node, and we can look for... Well, actually, I'm wondering if it's better to do it the other way round. Like maybe we look for all method invocations and then look to see if that's inside a constructor? Impossibly, but I feel like that's more expensive. Yeah, maybe not actually. So, I mean, we can traverse this and we can say syntax node. And then if syntax node, so if objects dot equals a method invocation expression, hello back, I am Turty. Welcome. And then we can look for constructor invocation, but it's not, I think it's just instance something. Class instance? That one, yeah. Okay, so if it's a method invocation or a class instance expression, then we want to just search the entire thing, I guess. I mean, you know what we can do actually? Is we can just do context dot descendants, right? Or do we have to do constructor node dot? And we can do children. No, I think we were on the right lines actually. So we traverse the descendants, and then look for this, and then we can look for the parents of this, right? So if the parents is in a method call or something like that, yeah, that's the best way to do it. So we want to get, I mean, we probably want to have a method that we now call that's like find parent, or I mean, we have context.enclosing type, which like kind of gets us what we want. The only thing I will say, actually, we do need to do Java syntax kinds dot record compact constructor as well. Otherwise, that's not going to work. And actually, we need to get the body of this. So we need to do context dot direct child of constructor node, and then we pass in Java syntax kinds dot body. Body. What's body? Is it block? It's block, isn't it? Block.id. And this will be the body, like that. And then we can do context.traverse descendants of the body, right? And then check if it's this. So like if it's not this, return. And then we want to have like if escapes constructor context node, then reporter.report, and then we want to have our escapes constructor method, so private static boolean. Okay. So once we're at that point, what we want to do is we want to get the parent. I think it's kind of on the right lines here, but it's not quite like that. I think to get the parent, we do... Let me just do this expression.parent, actually. Yeah, we do. And then if we do or else null, and then if the parent is null, we would just return false, because that's obviously the case where we don't care. And then if it's an assignment, let's start with assignments, I think. So if objects.equals kind ID Java syntax kinds dot assignment, then we can just return and we want to know that this is the right hand side of the assignment, right? So if we just do is RHS, we'll take this in. This is actually the this. Let's rename this. Let's put this node, and then parent, and then if it's an argument list, so if objects dot equals this kind ID, I mean Java syntax kinds dot argument list, then we can say return we'll have another method, I suppose, so like is passing as pub is passing published or something, and then just do context, and we can just do the parent in this case because we don't care about anything else. If it's a lambda expression, so if objects dot equals kind ID kind dot lambda expression, then return is lambda escaping. And then that reckons just do it recursively. No, we don't want to do that. We just want to return false. Okay, so let's create this method first. Get 0. Let's just do objects dot equals like that. That's a nice and easy one. I think we can get the receiver. I think we can do context dot receiver or something. Explicit receiver? I'm not sure if that's exactly what we want. Maybe just the parent, I guess. I mean, this is the argument list, right? So the parent of the argument list should be the method invocation, I think. So syntax node call node is the parent. The parent is null, return false. Then we can get the kind, like a type. And then if that's not a method invocation, not a method invocation, and not a constructor invocation, then we return false. This is what class? Yeah, that one. And then no, you don't do that. Then we can get the target symbol, sure, is equal context dot resolved symbol, because then we can walk it, right? Or else null. If that's null, return false. String name is equal the symbol name, and then string owner is equal context dot owner qualified name, or else null. And then we can just say is known publishing method, and we can make a new method to do this, right? But I think here we want to be lazy. Like, once we get to this stage, we don't want to like just infinitely traverse the tree. I think that would be crazy. Kind of, like, not quite like this. So I mean, what I would do really is I would want to know what is the owner, right? So if the owner, yeah, sure, first of all, that makes sense. If it's an executor and execute, sure. I mean, we could just like hard code things like this, of course, right? Like something like this would work. Like, sure. But like beyond that, I think we want to do other things. So like, if like, I don't know, is collection like, or something, owner, and then we can have some kind of like set, right? So we can have some kind of private static final set of string, which could be like not really known publishing methods, but like known collection, like collection modifying methods. Yeah, sure. So then we have add all, put all, offer first, offer last, push. Also maybe like set, insert, append. Sure, all of these. These are all perfectly reasonable. Yeah, those are, I mean, these are all fine. Sure, those ones will all do for now. Later, obviously, we can come back and add more if we want. So then we can check if it's a collection like, and that, then we return true. And then, I mean, we can kind of get rid of this and just do the same thing. So we have a set of string, which can be like, known publishing method names. And then it can just be like register, subscribe, attach, listen, maybe, execute. We could do like enqueue, submit. Yep, start as well. Run, schedule, invoke later, post, send, dispatch. Yeah, those are all reasonable. Also maybe like store. Save, persist, write. Yeah, those are all reasonable. And then, yeah, basically just return that, right? Now we need it is collection like, so we're going to want private static boolean is collection like. Now here I'm thinking we can probably get that, right? If we take in the Java rule context and pass that down here. Java rule context, then I think we can just get whether it's a collection or not. It's just is subtype, I think, yeah. But don't all of these implement collection? I feel like they do, right? A map is a collection, isn't it? Or am I crazy? It's not. Interesting. A queue is a collection, though. I'm sure it is. Yeah, it is. I think a DQ therefore is. I know a list is, and I know a set is. Is there anything else that's like a collection, not a collection? Maybe like, what about like a hash table? Is that just a map? I'm not sure. So that's a dictionary. That it just implements map. Okay. What about something crazy like? Okay, like a vector. A vector isn't a collection, I think. Oh, it is. They've made it extend list. I swear it didn't used to extend list. But okay. We could also do like or qualified name and an array. Sure. Well, no, not really. Qualified name dot contains maybe. List set q dq. Yeah, sure. Stack map. Oh yeah, what about a multi-map? Because a multi-map isn't a map, right? Does Java even have multi-maps? No, but Google does. Sure, multi-map as well then. Table, graph, yeah. Sure. We could just also check for collection. Cache, I guess, also makes sense. Buffer, yeah. Okay, I mean, you could go forever, I feel like. But let's just look for a collection at that point. And then maybe end there. And then is known publishing method, you can just take in the context. Okay, and then the final one is Lambda escaping? Which I think just needs to all the other methods we have, right? We can get the enclosing method or constructor. I mean, we can do... I suppose it's not quite that simple, is it? Okay, well, I mean, first of all, let's just get the parent, I guess. So we can do parent. We'll get the parent. If the parent is null, return false. Let's get the kind ID like usual. And then let's say, I guess we just do what we're doing here, right? So like if it's an argument list, right? If it's an argument list, then we just check return is passing to publisher, right? Actually, yeah, I do want to rename that method to that. Is passing to publisher. That should be if it is an argument list. Then if it's an assignment, we do is RHS. And then if it's a return, so if Java syntax let's do objects.equals find and statement.id return true. Yeah, basically that. And then return false. Let's just suppress for statement. Easier to, yeah, basically that. Okay, now let me ask Copilot what it thinks. Codex, I mean. Look at the code. Tell me what you think. Well, what I have am ready for the tests. Let's see what it says. Okay, it says it's around the issue already. So it says... Okay. Is lambda escaping is not real but normal lambda capture. This inside this is usually under a method call, not directly under the lambda expression. Okay, so lambdas aren't gonna work. Traverse descendant's body, walks into nested lambdas and nested types with no barrier. Okay, it also says body is not null checked. Yeah, that's true. Okay, it doesn't like is RHS either. Okay, let's start with lambdas and see what it says. Okay, so what it recommends here Alright, have good dinner, Lomor. Okay, so it basically wants me to change how we traverse it initially. So in here, so saying do this, and then return, and then we can check if it's a lambda expression. So if objects.equals node.kind.id lambda expression, and then say and lambda contains this and is lambda escaping, then we report like that. And then it wants, so we'll have a look at is lambda escaping first. Okay, it says that's all fine. It wants us to make a new method though. So a private static boolean lambda contains this, which takes the Java rule context, and the syntax node lambda node, and then it does a syntax node body context.directChild lambda node. So then we get okay, I see what it's doing. So we get the lambda body. The body's null, return false. Then we basically see if we find this expression inside that lambda body. So yeah, what Copilot's doing here is correct. So we create an array, traverse it, and then see if this expression is inside of there. Obviously, we don't need to return like it's doing there. But then we can just return contains this 0. We could just use an atomic boolean though, which I am more inclined to do. Which I think it's going to let me... Okay, it doesn't. We can just set that to true. And then do that. Which is just a little bit like easier to read, I think, rather than using an array. And then it says we're not quite done. Because what's it saying now? Okay. I'm going to ask it to see if what I have now is fine. See what it says. Okay, it says... Okay, it doesn't like is RHS, is what it's saying. It doesn't like me just getting the first child as the LHS, basically. Okay, but it says that's not the major issue. The issue is actually in here. So it's saying after the owner, we should check if we're creating a new thread. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. So in here, we should check if it's a class instance. And then... yeah, if it's class instance and... objects.equals name. Yeah, these basically. Okay. Only problem is that name is the simple name. Oh no, but that's the owner. Oh, so we want to check if oh, pardon me. The owner is like these. We don't care about these though. Get rid of those. They're silly. I think we only care about Fred actually. I don't think the other ones you can even like do that. Let's also flip this so that we can get rid of the brackets. Can I invert? No, I don't want to invert it. I want to flip it. I mean, I can do that, but no, I want to do like... what I wanted to do was equals owner, but like, yeah, whatever. Okay, it doesn't like lambda contains this, even though it just told me that was fine. Oh wait, no it didn't. Never mind. Wait, did it? Yeah, it did. It just told me this was fine, and now it's saying it doesn't like it. Because it should run recursively, which does admittedly make sense. Does subtree contain this outside of nested scopes? Syntax node. And then we have the string kind ID. And then if that's this expression, return true. If it's a lambda or an anonymous class, class body, then we can return false, because at that point we're not looking at the same this. Yeah, this refers to a different thing. And then we do node.children.for and just call that recursively like that, and then return false. And then basically that means we can, okay, why isn't it like that? There you go. We can just replace this. So return. Okay. And then let's do RHS as well. Just gotta find. So it says syntax node. Hello Wide, welcome back. Things are going pretty well. We're making progress. How was the dinner? Was it a good dinner, Wide? Assignment node. Welcome back, Lone Wolf, as well. But damn, you both came back at the same time. Okay, and then I think I can simplify this actually. That can just be return LHS is not equal null. And not objects dot equals, and then those. What is this? Okay, my browser just opened it like 50 million times. Oh, and then it closed it. Okay, bro. Oh god, what is this? Yeah, that is definitely going to be copyright. Okay. Regardless, I don't know why that guy's watching YouTube. He should be doing uni work. There you go. Let's pass the context in there, and then we can pass the context in there. And then, okay, we need to create this in the registry as well. Nice. And then in there. Okay, and now let's tell it. Okay, now I want you to write extensive tests for this inspection. And let's just get it to write the tests, and hopefully that goes well. And then hopefully we'll have time for one more, I'm guessing, after this. And we'll see how that goes. Okay. Alright, we have our tests. Let's see. No, I think it's going to try and run it, but we're just going to run it so that it fails to run. No, I don't have to worry about that. Okay, let's see. Okay, they failed. They failed. Let's figure out why or what failed specifically. Oh, failed to format message. Well, that's okay. That could have been much worse, actually. That's like fine. So I believe that's because in the rule we defined 1%s, which is the method that it's being reported on. So yeah, basically this, I think. And then I guess here we can say like lambda. If this is the node, and if it escapes the constructor, we really here need to return the node back. We could return a string. Return null here. If this is RHS, then it's just an assignment, right? Oh wait, no. Because in that case we need to get the left-hand side, right? So get LHS. Like that. If it's passing to publisher, then we want to get the left hand. We want to get the method name, right? This is gonna be too complicated, I think. I'm gonna just give this to Codex and just see what it says. Like, it might just have a better way to solve this than I'm thinking of. See what it says. Okay. See what it recommends as the best solution. Okay. These aren't even gonna be the fullest of sections you need. Yeah, correct. Yeah, there's gonna be loads, wise. There's gonna be a lot. But for Kotlin, we shouldn't have to do this. Because Kotlin should... I think there's an API for it. I mean, and for modding, realistically, there aren't going to be that many. Like, maybe over time we'll accumulate, like, 200 or so, but, like, that's not really that many. Okay. So, Codex has said it's patched that now. And let's just rename... If this is always inverted, let's just rename this to is LHS. Okay, it's also going to clean up the text as well, so that's fine. I'll let it do that too. Okay. So now let's test our run. Let's test our tests and see what happens. Oh, it didn't like that. So what is it saying now? That says 3 tests failed, but... Oh yeah, they have, yeah. Okay, if I click this, it'll show me the exact ones that failed. Okay, I'm just gonna give it to Codex and see what it says. And we'll figure it out from there. Okay, it says these are all Lambda ones. Yeah, they are. Okay, that's the one I thought would probably fail, because that's the hardest to figure out. Anything Lambda related is like, ugh. It's horrible. Okay, it says it's done it. I'm trying to see what it's actually changed. Oh, I see. Yeah, okay. Okay, I see. Let's see if that did actually fix it or not. Nope. Yeah, still the same ones. Okay, they're still the same ones. Lambda passed to thread, lambda passed to publishing method, lambda passing to collection publisher. So it obviously doesn't like those. So now it's just reading the entire semantic analyzer. This may take a while. Collection escapes need the receiver's inferred type, and the lambda check was looking one node too far up. Okay. Sure. I'll believe you. So what's it done? So receiver type gets the receiver type name. Okay, this is what I tried to do originally. I'm sure I tried to do this and it was like, no, that's not right. And I was like, eh. I'm pretty sure that is what we tried to do originally. I remember trying to get the receiver because I thought that was the right way to do it. Let's see. Come on. Good start, I think. Nice. That's all passed. Fantastic. Okay. Well, that's that one done then. Let's add that to the inspections to do. So what one are we doing? We are doing escape. Yeah, this one. Nice. Okay, let's go ahead and commit that. Let's make sure I don't commit wides to do's. There you go. Okay, nice. So should we try and find one more to do, chat? Should we try and find... I don't think we're going to find a hard one. How do you plan on adding, like, quick fixes? I don't know. To be honest. I tried to look into that. I tried to look into it with Codex. And it said, in theory, it's not too hard. Because, like, we kind of already have the majority of the code for it. You know, let me see if I can bring up the conversation, actually. Okay. So this one, I think. Is this the right one? Yeah, this is the right one. So it said we have to extend the diagnostics, of course, to have a list of quick fixes. But yeah, basically all it says to do is just say where, like, what it changes in the source edit. But because it said somewhere. Where is it? Ah, yes, that's right. So it said we could do that, but I said to it, I don't think that's a good idea, I think. Wait, am I missing a message somewhere? Okay, I think there's a message in between here somewhere. But basically it said that you need this. A syntax tree to AST lowering, and then an AST rewrite API. And then an AST back to Java. Which, I mean, it's not that hard. It's just, it says it's a lot more complex. I don't really necessarily agree with that. But it recommends for a V1 we just do like a single edit, like a very basic, like, replace effectively. Yeah, here, like it says, you can do a replace node by starting at the start of the node and the end of the node, and then just replacing it with this. You can delete it by just doing that. Insert before it by doing that, and then insert after it by doing that. So, I mean, that would work technically. And as it says, that's what it recommends to do for the V1. So maybe you're close to 10k subs. What are you gonna do? 10k special? I don't think I am that close no more. I think I'm much further than you think I am. Yeah, I'm at 9.76 so more. I've been at like 9.7 for like 8 months, I think. Let's see. Subscribers. 90 days. Okay, in the past... Okay, in the past year, I've gained 330 subscribers. In the past year, guys. So... If I continue at that rate, then it's going to take another year. So like, no, I'm not close to 10k. You should have to be 4 months ago? Bro. You haven't been subbed to me all this time? How dare you look? Okay, Java module definition problems. Detect miscellaneous module... No, we're not doing that. No, we're not doing that. Detect objects that are mutated but never meaningfully read. No. No. Unsafe lazy initialization of static field. Flag racy lazy edit pattern. I mean, that's not... We're not going to do that in 20 minutes, though, are we? Let's find a medium, then. Call to inherited method looks like call to local method. Select inherited method calls that read like local method calls from surrounding scope. It is wide, yeah. I committed it. I honestly didn't mean to commit it. I accidentally committed it, but yeah, it's on there now. It's just in the scripts folder. Which, to be honest, I think we might keep some more scripts in there going in the future. Just because, like, things like this are just, like, useful. So... negative int hexadecimal constant in long context. Surprising sign behavior with hex literals. I don't really know what this one means, to be honest. I can't lie, I've yet to accidentally commit a codex file, but I think it's going to happen someday. I feel like it is just accidentally going to pop in. I need to ask Codex about this one. Okay, so let me do... but they're not going to read your get ignore. You think they're going to read your get ignore file? That's ridiculous. They're not going to do that. There's no way. No, it's just .codex, Lomorph. You don't need the backslash. It's literally just .codex. We have it in Railroad. But I can't find it. Where's git ignore, bro? Oh, there. Yeah, it's just .codex. What am I doing, by the way? I'm looking for caveman. Caveman. Tell me about this inspection. And paste. Show me code examples that it would trigger for and what error message we would expect to see. Oh shit, wait. I didn't enter the caveman. I didn't do that. Okay, it's using caveman. Lovely. Bro, Lone Wolf, I haven't had a haircut since November last year. November? Yeah, November. Yeah, it would have been November last year that I last had a haircut. No. Would it have been October? No, it would have been November, yeah. And my hair isn't even that long. But it just, like, it doesn't grow that fast. You want to see my back hair? You mean the back of my hair? Because those are two very different things, like, well. I mean, the back of my hair isn't great. I can't really show you, but, like, can you see it there? I don't know how bad it is, I can't lie. because, you know, it's the back of my hair, so like I can't show you. Yeah, it's not that long. My hair doesn't grow very fast, like at all. I love those. This inspection warn when hex literal is int but not used where long expected. Why matter? This is... I love it. Oh my god, it's great. Okay. So, inspection when hex literal is int, but used where long is expected. So what? So 0xffffffff is not that. Is not long. It is int -1, and then widen to long. Negative int hexadecimal constant. Okay. So if a hex value goes above an int, it goes to int -1? Is that right? So I'm gonna talk back to it in caveman because that might help. So hex go above int max value, then hex value -1. No, hex literal not go above int, then auto -1. Hex, I love this. Hex literal without L is int if it fits a 32-bit pattern. Oh, so you can put an L on the end of a hex number. I didn't know you could do that. That's interesting. Same bit pattern, read assigned int. If top bit sets value negative. Okay, I see. Hex literal without L is int if it's 32 bits. If top bit sets value negative. Okay, so this is a negative int, not -1. I'm not sure I understand still, guys. Do you guys get it? Like, I don't really get it. What did it say as the examples? So those both trigger it. How can I ask it? Can you give me a rough code flow for the inspection? That might help me to understand. Oh, I should speak in caveman. 1 second. rough code flow for inspection, please. Okay. Rough flow. Visit numeric literal node. Check literal kind. Okay, so see if it's a hex, see if there's no L suffix, and then see if the value fits inside an int. And then check the sign pattern. So top bit set. Okay, I don't think Caveman is going to help me here. I can't lie. I think Caveman is actually making this really hard. I'm going to ask ChatGPT. And see what ChatGPT says. It might be able to explain it to me better. Okay, so you might expect that to mean this, but hex literals without an L are treated as int first if they fit to 32 bits. Right, so that's an int with all bits set. Why negative int text? So I kind of get it, but like I also don't really get it. Right, pseudo code with a pseudo inspection API or something. So find a hex integer literal, check that it has no L, work out its compile time type and value, see whether it's being used in a long context. Only report when the literal is one of the hex values that becomes a negative int. Okay. Yeah, I've spent so much time trying to figure out what this is that we literally, I don't think, have time to code it anymore. Or should we just overrun a little bit? Let's overrun a little bit. Fuck it. Go on then. Let's try and do this. Okay, so... I know what I am. I am a rebel. So we're saying... Cool. So this is a negative x int in long context. Interpreted as a large positive value. Consider. No, I don't think that's quite right. Maybe interpreted as a Negative in long context, maybe long context may be misinterpreted as a negative integer literal, and then the rest will be done like by quick fixes, so we don't have to describe the rest. So then we'll create a new class which will be a core negative int in negative x int in long context inspection, which implements Java inspection rule provider with the IDE. Okay, let's fix all of these. Yeah, okay. So first of all, let's find integer literals, I think. So we can do context dot nodes of kind, and we can do Java syntax kind. Now I don't know if we just have like a hex node, but we have int, or do we just have literal? We have literal expressions. Okay, we can do for literal expression node, and then we need to know if that's an int. So I mean, yeah, basically this. Okay, I'm gonna ask Codex now how we get. I don't know if we can just convert a literal expression. You know, actually, let me see if I can find out. Literal expression. Okay, so that has different types. So then this can be an integer literal expression. Okay. Okay, I see. Do we have a context dot int or something? Okay, I'm gonna ask now check if literal expression is integer literal expression. It's funny because even in its thinking, it uses caveman. Need local API shape. It doesn't do it quite, but it does kind of. It says not guess. Need exact node shape. I think it does, right? I think it saves a lot. But it has to actually use it. Like sometimes I think it forgets or something. I don't know. Need suffix behavior too. Like, look how short this response is. Like, mwah, chef's kiss, bro. This is great. This would have been so long. Like, this would have been so long if it wasn't for Caveman. So I'm very thankful that someone has created this. Okay, apparently we just get the children. So we can do, let's have a private static boolean is integer literal, which will take in the syntax node, And then we can do I'm actually just going to copy what it has here to save some time. Okay. Okay, but this one we only care about hexadecimal literal, right? So we can return is x integer literal. I know they're great, right? Like once you've wrote an inspection, you go into the IDE, you write it, and it actually shows the error, and it's like, damn, like that is sick. Because a lot of them aren't like even too hard to do, but it's cool to just see them like actually show up when you write that code. So I think what I need to do is I need to do syntax token and then just get the literal token. Is that a thing? Doesn't like it. Okay, Codex is searching to see how I can do this. So yeah, it wants me to do syntax token is equal hex integer token, and then make this method, which is a, do it down here actually, private static syntax token hex integer token. So what's this doing for the children? If it's that, yeah, basically that. That makes sense because that's basically what we had here. And then yeah, if the token's null, we can continue, and then we can get the text. If the text is null or blank, I guess, sure. Normalized, because we need to get rid of those underscores. I think you're still meant to do locale.root in here, but I don't friggin' know. And then, yeah, we need to see if it ends with an L or not. So if normalized token text dot ends with L, well, we don't need to check if it ends with a capital L, do we? Like, what are we doing? Then we just want to continue, because that, in case we don't care. Are you as good in web dev? Yeah. I'm okay at web dev. I'm not like amazing at web dev by any means, but like I'm not bad at web dev. Okay, but it does not start with 0x. No, it shouldn't be negative though. And then we can get the string digits, substring 2, which gets rid of the 0x. And then we can just pass it, right? Then we can do long value. Try. Pass it. Yeah, it needs to be an unsigned long, and it needs to pass it as hex. We can just ignore the exception. And then this is the complex part, I believe. So what did ChatGPT say? Okay, so it says we need to do if value ampersand 0x 8000 underscore L is equal 0. And that means the value fits in a positive int. I don't know how that works. Because I'm terrible at friggin' would you call the friggin' this stuff? I actually can't even think. That stuff. Anyways, I'm terrible at that. And then we need to know if it's a long context, right? So if we need to know if we're already in a long, because if we are, then we don't care, right? So is long context. So if it's not, then we continue, else we can just report it. And that will be fine. Okay, and then let's do private static boolean is long context. It takes the Java rule context, and then the syntax node. Get rid of all this shenanigans. We'll write this ourselves. Thank you. So we do need to start by getting the parent, because we can at least do some basic checks if we have the parent. So if parent is null, return false. String parent kind ID. Let's check if it's an assignment first. So objects dot, oh my god, I cannot type. Objects dot equals Java syntax kinds dot assignment. Parent kind ID. Okay, then we need to get the expressions. So context dot direct expressions on parent, which will be the expression children, I guess. Sure. And then if the expression children dot size greater than or equal to 2, so obviously there has to be 2 parts of the assignment, right? And yeah, basically what it says. So, and the first or second one is the node. Then we can return is long type or something. We can have some kind of like thing there. So we can get the inferred type from the first. Yes, but there. Okay, like that. And then let's check if it's a return statement. So if objects dot equals Java syntax kinds dot return statement, which will be the parent. Then we can get the callable, which we can get from the this one. Like that. If that's null, we return false, and then we need to get the type reference, right? Type ref is equal context dot direct child, and we want to get the type reference. Nope, not that one. Yeah, that one. Null, return false. And then, yeah, basically the exact same thing. Not like that, though. Don't know why it did that. Okay. That's that one. Then we have method invocation. So, if object... Oh, God. IDE, parent kind. Get rid of all this shenanigans. I don't think we need all of that. Then we can get the syntax node type ref is equal context dot direct child. And then if that is not null and it's a long pipe, then return true. Excuse me. I hope I'm doing this right. I've probably messed something up here. Is this right? No. So, I mean, first of all, this is not what an inferred type is. It's just a type from, I believe, Java. And then... return inferred type. I mean, this is just type, really. Type.kind. Is this not the right type? Maybe this isn't the right type. I think it might be this one. Type.kind. Yeah, that's the one. Is equal kind.primitive. And long equals type dot display name to lowercase locale root. Is that right? Let me just check. So it's not going to work for... I don't even know that this will work, actually. This I don't think is correct. I think this might be correct. Let me ask ChatGPT. Okay, it actually says our value check is wrong. So the one that Codex gave me was wrong. It says this isn't right. It says it should be value is greater than 0x FFF FF, which is saying not an integer literal anymore. And then it's saying to do that. It also says missing variable initializers. Okay. Yeah. So, and this is an assignment expression, but we should also have variable declarators, right? Extra equals Java syntax kind dot variable declarator dot ID. Is the type correct? I think that's correct. I think that's correct. Yeah, it also doesn't like this, which I'm actually not surprised, because the more I think about it, the more I'm like, yeah, that doesn't really make sense. Like what we want to really get. And what's this doing? Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. So it's almost right, but like not here. So what we can do is we can do context.selector name of the parent, which gets us the method selector. And then, yeah, it can do that. Can't we just do... this one? See what Codex says about this one. Okay, so it says... So it gets the argument list, as I suspected. Then it gets the arguments. And the index. Okay, then it reckons to actually get the method symbol. Oh, that makes sense, because then from the symbol you can get the declaration, and then from the declaration you can get the return. Yeah, that makes sense. So method symbol is equal context.resolve symbol from the parent, or else null, of course. And then if symbol is null, return false. Then we can get the declaration by doing method symbol dot declaration dot or else null. And then if declaration is equal null, return false. Then we can get the parameter list. So parameter list is equal context dot direct child declaration. Java syntax lines dot parameter list. And then we can get the parameters. So this needs to be context dot I mean, we can just do nodes of kind, I guess. So Java syntax kind is the parameter, and then stream, and then filter to say param.parent or else null is equal to param list. Well, no. In that case, I guess we could just do parameter list dot children dot stream. Child is parameter. Then, if the index is greater than the parameter size, return false. Then we get the syntax node parameter, and then we can just get the type reference from the parameter. And then if that's null, return false, and then return is long type. Let's do this. Extract. Yeah, let's do extract method is long method arg context. And then just say if that return true. Let's just suppress this as well, because like I don't really care. Readability, yeah, I agree. And then beyond that, I think I think we probably need to stop here for today, because I think to polish the rest of this up we're gonna need a little more time. Yeah, let me quickly add it to the registry, because otherwise I will just forget to do that. Okay. But we've made pretty good progress today, guys. So we're going to take that. But anyways, I am going to go ahead and end the stream here. I will be live again tomorrow. We're going to be doing an industrious stream tomorrow. So I will see you all then. Good. Bye.